Have you ever felt a sense of connection to something larger than yourself? Could this be a glimpse of higher consciousness? Join us and let's find out together. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the Joy Without Justification podcast. We are your one-stop spot for finding peace, purpose, and presence. No explanation is needed. And today we're talking about something that sounds complex, but doesn't have to have a PhD to understand it. We're here to break it down and keep it practical. I'm your host, Denny.
And I'm Dan. And today we'll be talking about higher consciousness. Yes, it does sound intimidating. It sounded very spiritual and mystical to me. But it's really just about becoming more aware of your life and how you're living it. It's not about some grand mystical experience per se. It's about clarity and it's about connection. And it's something that we all can explore.
All right, Deanne, so let's start with some basics here. If someone asked, what is higher consciousness, what would you say?
To me, higher consciousness is simply being aware of more than your immediate thoughts or emotions. It's like if you have a camera and you're zooming out and seeing the bigger picture. That would be your habits, your reactions, even the stories you tell yourself about your life. It's about stepping back and asking what's really going on here. So it's learning not to get tangled and follow after your thoughts, but instead you're the observer of your thoughts and your actions and your habits.
So it's kind of like being on autopilot.
Or getting out of autopilot, yeah. Exactly. So most of us go through life reacting to whatever happens. Stress at work, bad traffic, a rude comment. And we do. We are a reactionary people. Higher consciousness instead lets us kind of observe it and instead of being swept up in it. So it's about awareness, not control. Just observing what's happening inside of you. Because not everything needs your reaction.
Okay, so being more aware sounds nice, but what does it matter? What's the benefit of this higher consciousness thing?
Well, that's a great question, and think about it. When you're stuck in autopilot, life can feel overwhelming, right? You're just out there reacting to one problem right after the other. But when you become aware, and that is when you are the observer, you realize that you don't have to react to everything. So most of us have those issues at work, right? Most of us have, some kind of either toxic environment or that coworker that just gets on your nerves and, in the heat of moment or whatever, you say something. But being aware is it's almost like higher consciousness is you're watching a movie. Like our life is the movie screen, and the awareness allows us to watch it so that we don't have to react to every situation around us. So you choose how to respond when you have awareness. So that gives you more peace, because in reality we react and we react and we react, and that keeps that stress going when sometimes a reaction isn't necessary at all. So it gives you more peace. It gives you more clarity. And sometimes when you step back and you can see things as they really are, it allows you to see the honesty of that situation, because maybe it's not the way you thought it was. But awareness allows you to see the bigger picture, if you will.
All right, so it's not about avoiding problems, it's about handling them differently.
Yes, 100%. So you're still living your life, but now you're doing it with a clearer head and definitely a calmer heart, because you're not fighting everything. You're not feeling like life is happening to you. You realize you have some power how you see it, perceive it, and experience it.
All right, so let's get to the part then that everybody is probably waiting for. How do you actually do this? How can someone start exploring higher consciousness right now?
Well, the first step is awareness, and you start by noticing your thoughts and feelings throughout the day. So, for example, when you feel stressed, pause and ask yourself, why am I really stressed? What am I stressed about? Is it something I can control? And I'll give you an example. I'm a sales rep. So you want to go in controlling that conversation. You want to go in making sure that you say everything just right, that you uncover your client's need and you sell to it. Excuse me. However, I can't necessarily control the outcome. I don't necessarily, they may not have necessarily told me everything. There may be, maybe they're on a budget crunch, they can't spend, whatever the case may be. Or maybe this isn't the right time for them to have the service that I'm selling them. Okay? So you can get caught up in, I'm a failure, I did this wrong. Where if you have awareness, you're kind of looking at the situation and you realize I can't make that person do what I want. So my reaction doesn't need to be one of being upset. So it gives you space to kind of see things in your mind as they really are.
Well, that sounds simple enough. What about meditation? Is that necessary?
Meditation helps, but it's not the only way. Meditation is a great practice for being present, because in meditation, I think the big myth is that you sit and go into some trance, but you actually just sit quietly. You can focus on your breath, or you can just sit in full presence, and you notice when your mind wanders, and you kind of bring it back to the present. So it's like training your brain to pay attention. But you can also practice presence while doing anything. Walking, eating, even washing the dishes. So a lot of Zen, the student would go to the master and want, higher consciousness or awareness. And the Zen master would say, wash your bowl. In other words, you don't have to be sitting somewhere to be present. You can immerse yourself in the task you're doing and be fully present.
Oh, believe me, I know the awareness when I'm washing dishes. And you're looking at that stack of dishes and you just can't wait until that stack is down to maybe that last final dish. Okay, so just paying attention to what you're doing can help you access this higher awareness.
Yes. Yeah, so it's about being where you are instead of lost in your thoughts about the past or the future. And if you really stop and think about it, that's adult life. We kind of let our thoughts run off and take us hostage. Where being in awareness is being in the now. It's just living in the moment. And over time, this practice starts to shift to how you experience life.
All right, can you give me an example from your own life? And maybe this will help everyone understand, how was higher consciousness helped you handle a real situation differently?
Oh, let's see. There's so many, but I am not a patient driver. The minute that light turns red, I'm tapping my fingers, and the minute it turns green, I want that guy to be gone. I want him moving. And I would get so frustrated in traffic, so frustrated. And like every red light felt like a personal attack. But once I started kind of practicing awareness, I realized my frustration wasn't about the traffic. It was about feeling rushed or out of control. So now when I'm in traffic, I just kind of focus on the present moment. Might kind of look around and see things that I never really paid attention to before. And that's amazing. I literally go the same way every week. and I'm in one county every week. So I go the same way. But when I'm stuck at a red light, I can look and go, I never noticed that before. So that's kind of, you would be surprised the adults that do this, that really just don't notice things around them. And that's what awareness does. It helps you to kind of be present.
That's relatable. Yeah, I've even noticed when I was working that I got overwhelmed a lot, and it's usually because I was trying to do everything all at once. Taking a moment, and stepping back, and prioritize what makes a big difference. That sounds like what you're saying we need to do.
Yeah. Higher conscience isn't about avoiding life's challenges. It's about seeing them more clearly. And usually when we see them more clearly, the challenges really aren't challenges. We build it that way in our mind. And it's about responding with intention instead of reacting on autopilot.
So then, what's the big takeaway for today? Higher consciousness isn't some unreachable state. It's just about paying attention, whether it's to your thoughts, your feelings, or the world around you.
Yeah, and you don't have to be perfect at it. Start small. Take a few minutes each day to pause, to breathe, and to notice what's going on inside of you. It's not about challenging or changing everything overnight. It's about being a little more present each day.
All right. So we hope this helped you all understand this, and we thank you for joining us on this journey. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who could use a little more clarity and peace in their life. And, hey, rate and review us. We'd like to know what we're doing or what we could improve more on. And join us next time when we will be talking about finding some healing from religious trauma.
Yes. Yep.
So, on that note, until next time, stay aware, stay curious, take care of yourselves, and peace out.